tuned into a new show that's dedicated to exposing the truth, educating the youth, revealing secrets, and providing real solutions. Who are we? We are TCC Global TV. Real TV for real life.
Dear Mom and Dad, I know that you are hurting. I'm hurting too. I feel and feed off your tension, fear, and shock. Although I am young and cannot express verbally what is happening in our lives, I am still feeling the impact. My heart is broken every time I have to give up a parent. My sense of security is lost. Please don't assume that I am resilient. Please don't assume that my life will be exactly as it was, and that I will continue to feel the same love from both of you. I am a human being just like you. My needs are just like yours. I need love, attention, nurturing, stability, consistency, affection, understanding, patience, and mostly to be wanted. When you fight over me or put me in the middle of your argument, you are sending me the message that winning with each other is more important than my life. I am learning from you that it is better to be right than to be loved. You are teaching me that I came from a person who is unlovable and wrong, and that I am somehow wrong too. When you confide your hurt in my heart, you are storing up adult pain and robbing me of my childhood. You are taking away my belief that love is unconditional and replacing it with a message that tells me to become hard and not to love because I will get hurt and not be able to recover. You may not understand this today, and I am so small that you are not thinking about my future, but you are putting me at a greater risk of getting a divorce myself. At times you are risking my safety to fill a void in your heart. My safety is your job. Without you and your protection, I am unshielded from the world. This will manifest in irrational fears for me, because I will stay in a state of fight or flight for most of my life. Someday, this initial shock will wear off. But how you choose to parent me through this crisis will never wear off. I will either feel your sense of selflessness, support, protection, or I will have a scar on my heart with a message that reads, "Good things happen to good people. I must be bad." Thoughtfully, the child of divorce.
Welcome another Thursday evening on Our Voice. I'm your host, Craig Richardson, right here on KVRN, and today is a good day. I'm sitting here with two awesome people, two awesome, lovely people, my friends Dennis and Diamond Smith. How y'all doing?
Good, doing good. How about you?
I'm good.
We're good.
Good. Already. Today, the clip we just heard was a clip of a young child talking about the effects of divorce, not just on the mother, not just on the father, but a divorce on the children. And often people are so into I want what I need for myself. I'm sick of you. You're sick of me. We're sick of each other, and we don't think about the children. And I wanted to play that because it really touched me when I heard it. But I can proudly say that you guys wasn't one of those statistics. That you guys actually say, okay, we're not gonna do what they say we should do. You know, yeah. Diamond, where are you from?
From Houston.
You from Houston, H-Town?
Yeah.
Okay. And Dennis, where you from?
I'm from Houston, Acres Home.
So we got two Houstonians here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Well, today we want to talk about relationships and relationship issues. Of course, I consider you guys more than a relationship because you guys have joined together in holy matrimony. So you guys are just not just relationship. You guys are married, a married relationship, not just girlfriend and boyfriend, but you guys have a commitment with Christ in your relationship to each other. So I'm gonna get started. Diamond, what were some of your low points? I want to go all the way back and to bring us right to 2015. What were some of your low points as a child?
As a child, I just, I guess my mom, she wasn't, my mom, she was a street hustler.
Oh, okay.
So
wow.
she, I pretty much didn't have a childhood because I had to
Okay.
raise my sisters and brothers.
Oh, wow.
Because,
Wow.
she would, that's how she made her money. She would go
Yeah.
and, sell drugs and do what she needed to do, flip money or whatever
Yeah.
to make sure we was okay. So I really didn't have a childhood.
Wow. So you had to grow up kind of fast.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's I don't want to say a normal thing, but in today's time, a lot of children, older siblings are having to raise younger siblings because mom and daddy, they doing their own thing,
Yeah.
and they leave the children up to raise the children. And that's where a lot of people need to pay close attention because we have more than one child, 2 children, 3 children, and you think just because you have an older child that older child don't need to be raised, and that child does need to be raised, but we often put that older child over everybody else. And I understand the concept, but I speak all the time that we need to get back into a village mindset, that the elders need to be in place to teach the young people. Now, Dennis, was there anything in your childhood that was a low point in your life as a child?
It was a lot. It was something that I had to deal with. My mama, my mother, and my dad, they broke up. They've been in a relationship for a long period of time.
Yeah.
They had a toll on me and the rest of my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
It just a lot. As far as like what was the lowest? I talked to you about a lot of it.
I guess, you dealing with, he has a fear of being broke. So when he grew up, he was, they really didn't. Once his dad left, his mom struggled because he has 11 brothers and sisters.
And that's another thing too. Like I try to, I feel like I failed my mama and, playing football. I should have, just kept pushing forward. I think if I would have kept pushing forward, I would have, became something.
Yeah. What are all your brothers? How many brothers and sisters you had?
I got Martin, Joe, Curtis, Allen, Arthur, Brandon. So it's 5 brothers and I got 4 sisters.
So it's a bunch of y'all.
Yeah.
And where you fall in?
I'm like in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just funny to hear the middle child wanting to pick up the pieces that the older children are not doing. Everything's falling on the middle child.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know the stories and the concept and the psyche of being the middle child is that the middle child is always trying to please.
Yeah.
The middle child is always trying to get the attention of the parents, and because those are the ones who get the least attention.
Yeah.
The middle child. I'm a middle child. And I used to scream and holler for attention. Would somebody pay attention to me? You know what I'm saying? I did good, didn't I? Mama, I did good. And she didn't say nothing.
Hey, but I was a mama's boy though.
I was a mama's boy too.
What I'm saying?
I was mama's boy, but I didn't get the attention because when she got remarried after my dad died, I was longing for that attention that she was giving her new husband. So, me being the middle child and your middle child, you still had your mom. You know what I'm saying? My mom she was married and going by her business, going by her life, with her new husband. So that was a void in my life. But I see where you're going. Now, the question is this. Now, how are you dealing with that today? You know what I'm saying? The issues that you had when you was a child, needing from your mom and wanting to supply, wanting to do for your family.
I mean, on the other end of it, like you were saying, when my mom and dad broke up, it left a void in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It took me a longer time to become, the man that you see today. It took me a long time, man, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't know, and I didn't understand, like, just simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? How to treat a woman. And I know I'm kind of skipping over.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, but stuff, you know, like I told Dom, I mimic a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first put my hands on my wife,
yeah, we gonna get
you know
to
what I'm
that.
saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean, it just took me a long time. Like I said, my mama had other dudes that would come in the picture.
Yeah.
I had a principal come in, talk to me. A lot of men came in, and I was searching and trying to find that.
Yeah.
That man presence.
Yeah.
And you
So-
know, I couldn't find it nowhere.
So, as you guys got older, and y'all, how old were you guys when y'all met?
I was like 16, 17.
Yeah, about 16, 17.
Okay. So y'all was real young.
Yeah.
Y'all was babies.
Yeah.
This is baby love.
Yeah.
This is high school love.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's rare. That's rare because normally you already know how to go. You know, a couple of months here and with this person, and then a couple of months with that person, and then you never get a chance to really connect with the person that your first love or your main love or the person you was with, you know, in the beginnings. You know, and that's good. I applaud you too. This is the question I ask here. Now, because of how you was raised, Diamond, because how you was raised, Dennis, you know, it's 2 D's, DD,
Yeah, DD.
you know, but because of how y'all was raised, what issues do you think it caused in relating with each other or relating with the opposite sex as you got older? Like, for instance, like Diamond, how you was raised and the things that you've been through, how did you perceive, at your age, boys, you know?
Before I met him, I was an insecure girl.
Wow.
Because I was kind of like, I always seen myself as fat, but I wasn't fat. Because when I was younger, I was fat. But my mom used to tease me about it.
Yeah.
She used to call me Big Baby Huey.
Oh.
Yeah, so she would
cold.
tease me about it.
That's messed
so
up.
I always thought I was fat.
Yeah.
So I really didn't have boyfriends until I got to high school.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I mean, I thought boys was attractive, but I was just that girl that was just his friend.
Yeah.
That's all I was able to be was his friend.
Yeah. You had that little, even though you was a girl, had a homeboy.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? It's my home boy. No, I'm a girl, you know?
Yeah.
you know. What about you, Dennis? What, in relation to what you've been through in your past and how you was raised and things that happened to you, how did it affect your adult years with the opposite sex? You know, as far as your thought process, what do you think about, did you have any protective measures as relate to women? Did you try to protect yourself in any kind of way?
I think because I was raised by my mother, I'd say I always treated women with, you know, respect.
Yeah.
You know, even with Diamond, like I just care for him. You know, but like I keep saying, somewhere down the line, it just went totally bad. But like my mama raised me right, man. She put a lot of stuff that money can't buy into me.
Okay. How did you two meet? I know you told me school, but when did y'all actually start?
Well, I didn't know who he was. His nickname in high school was Cat Eyes because of his eyes.
Cat Eyes. I'm sorry, Cat.
Thanks, Coach Tainsley. MC Williams.
We initially met in 9th grade, and it was like the last semester. And it was funny because his best friend, his name is Clay. Everybody call him. His name Marcus, but everybody call him Clay.
What's up, Marcus?
I had a geography class with him, and all of a sudden he just started talking to me. And, you know, that's how me and Marcus became friends. And then all of a sudden, I kept hearing rumors about, Cat Eye this and Cat Eye that. And I was like, who is Cat Eye? So, like, one day when he was running on the track, and I was like, oh, that's Cat Eye.
Shirt off.
He thought he was out, he had little muscles and stuff. So that's how I first seen him. But he had already told his friends to befriend me.
Okay.
Because he was already checking me out, but I didn't even know who he was.
Wow.
So we initially met in 9th grade. Through a mutual friend.
Wow. Yeah. And when did y'all actually get married?
We got married with
2010 in April.
So in 2010 you guys got married, and how many kids you have?
We have 3.
What happened that challenged it? What happened that caused you guys to get shaky in your relationship?
I guess for me, like when he actually graduated before I did, and he went to college in Kansas.
Okay.
He got a football scholarship.
Okay.
And for me, is when he went to Kansas, I felt he left me behind.
Wow.
And he was he thought he was all that to me.
Yeah,
he thought he was
yeah.
all that to me. He didn't need me no more.
Wow.
And you know, because he
Dennis.
had a football scholarship.
I did.
You know,
Man, we can't do that, bro. We can't do
you
that.
know, and
Yeah.
all I knew was him. And
Yeah.
my mom at that time, she had actually let him. In my 12th grade year, he actually moved in
Okay.
our house with us. So it's like I woke up to him, went to bed to him, and people were like crazy. At that, guess my mom thought she was crazy for doing it, but
Yeah.
like she had her reasons for doing that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we had our own issues or whatever. But
Y'all had a baby yet at that
No.
time?
No, not that time.
Okay. So that was the original struggle in the relationship when he went off to college.
yeah, 'cause
And
we were
literally-
still together. And we was trying to do our own,
Yeah.
long distance relationship.
Yeah, and he said he didn't need you no more
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff, and he, and it hurt you. Man, why you do it, man? That's gonna be stuff with me for the rest of the day. No, I feel you.
No.
But the thing is, as young men, we say crazy stuff, and not don't realize half the stuff we say don't listen to when we young. But the thing is, when he came back, he moved in with your mom.
No, actually, I took it upon myself to save my relationship, so I actually went up to school with him the next semester.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because he was just, to me, acting a fool.
That's
and
love.
I was like, I didn't have no scholarship, but I got up there.
She didn't. She got her own dorm room and everything.
Oh, really?
So making
Yeah.
friends.
Okay. You
All
come-
the way in Kansas.
Yeah, so you actually went to his school and enrolled in school, so you make sure that you keep an eye on your husband.
Yeah.
But
Future
he wasn't
husband.
my husband, he was just my boyfriend.
Your future
then.
husband. You already knew though. You prophesied it.
She's still the same way today.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, she's a queen, and queens have a tendency of controlling situations. That's how it goes. But that's
Crazy.
again, that's a part of this relationship, and that's a part of your story,
Mm-hmm.
because people probably wouldn't believe half the stuff y'all been through, and you guys are madly in love, and you guys y'all pretty much cherish each other,
Yeah.
But again, I want to talk about when y'all got back together, things were going good. What, from that standpoint, what broke some stuff in the relationship?
When he became abusive,
Okay, how is that?
I don't know. I don't know if he became
Was it-
jealous or like physically abusive, emotionally abusive.
Okay,
Um,
let's stay there a little bit and just talk that out. Now, when you say emotionally abusive, as far as the things that he say,
yeah.
And like what? If
It's
you don't
just
mind.
mean
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Just stuff, mean, calling me out my name.
Yeah.
Just being evil to me.
Okay. And at that point, how did it make you feel in the long run? Was you ready to get up and go, or?
No, because the way I grew up, because my mom, she thought I was sleeping with her men, and I wasn't. So
Yeah.
like when it was time for me to come home from school, I had to wait outside if her man
wow.
was there and stuff.
Wow. So in that standpoint, you trying not to relive the life that you grew up in.
Yeah, so I was trying to hold on to him
Yeah.
because she had different men.
Yeah, and I understand that. And so as you begin to deal with that, with him trying to hold on to him, and then see him struggling, and not realizing, do I still have him, or am I losing him? Is he still with me? And it's hard because, again, growing up, you see how your mom, how she lived, and that's one thing you didn't want. Now with Dennis, how during this process, how were you feeling? What was you thinking? Because the reason I'm asking, because I know some other men, they can relate, and other women can relate to what y'all are saying, because you can be in a relationship going so smooth, and all of a sudden, pow, I'm not you're not thinking about me anymore. I'm on the second fiddle now. What's going on? And often a lot of relationships start being torn down from the inside out because how we feel. You know what I'm saying? So what was going on with you when that was going on with her?
There's a lot going on with me. Like, I'm still trying to piece it together today.
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual now.
Yeah.
I believe I was under the attack, trying to keep, me and my wife apart, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of it was because I was just confused how things was, like I said, from my daddy,
Yeah.
you know, breaking up and
Yeah.
me not, you know, being educated like I was supposed to. Like,
Yeah.
I tell a lot of people I can't too much spell too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I can't really do math.
Yeah.
And a lot of other things that, you know, I kind of overcame.
Yeah.
But what I can do, I work hard, and I really just couldn't express myself the way, you know, I was supposed to.
Yeah.
And like I said, with like rap videos and stuff like that nowadays,
Yeah.
you know, they telling you got to be hard.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know, you gotta pass the chick on, you know,
Yeah.
treat her like trash and
Yeah.
all this type of stuff. So that's the type of music I was listening to at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell a lot of people, if you go back and look at some of my pictures, you can tell, you can
See
see,
the change.
see the change in me, and you can see, you know, like something is in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you can literally go back and watch some of my pictures and watch my whole change up to now.
You talked about rap music, and I tell people all the time, even on the show, we talk about the effects of rap music.
Mhm.
We talk about that's a form of control.
Yeah.
And when we listen to certain music, we start doing things that's opposite of what we really want to do.
Yeah.
Because it's a form of programming our mindset and call us to act a certain way. And as well as what Diamond was saying, that, you know, some things that you were saying that was kind of hurting her in a fashion, was abusing
Yeah.
her, not realizing that he was hurting like you was. And the
Yeah.
crazy part is, the problem was, you know how to deal with it. You raise stuff up. You want to handle some stuff. You know, this is why this is going on. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Let's get understanding. But with him, he wasn't big on talking because he didn't understand what was going on within himself.
It took me a long time to get him to express himself.
Yeah, and that's hard for a lot of men, especially African American men. Men,
Yeah.
period. But especially for African American men to find the right. Women are just better at finding the right words.
Yeah.
You know, and men, they don't even like arguing because they can't win. You know, they can't win, so they choose just to sit back and just let everything be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But again, one of the biggest reasons why he wasn't communicating, because he didn't know how to at that particular time, why he's under a spiritual attack. Of course, you can't explain that when you don't know God yet. You don't have a relationship with God. You can't explain Satan's attacking me.
Yeah.
That's not what's going to come off a person. You know, if they living in the world, they're not going to talk about Satan.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to talk about, what Satan is doing to me, because they don't know. But once they awaken, I call it the awakening. When they have an encounter with God, and then they awaken, and then they can see everything that happened, and they can see what was them and what was Satan.
Yeah.
You know, so now the fact that when y'all had y'all rough time, did y'all break up anytime?
No, we didn't. We just stayed together. We didn't break up.
Oh, y'all didn't leave each other.
No, we never left each other until 2011.
Okay.
So we stayed together for a while, even through all that we was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And people knew, like my family knew about the abuse, like, cause my mom, we used to watch my mom get abused by men. We used to help my mom fight her men.
Yeah.
And I used to always say I would never be with somebody that abused me because I seen what my mom went through.
Yeah.
But I always say I wouldn't jump from man to man, because
You saw that.
she
Yeah.
how she got over one man, she got another man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how she did it. And my mom, she wasn't a bad mom.
Yeah.
It just, she had her own issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just always stuck with Dennis. And then
Yeah.
people was telling me to stay with Dennis.
Yeah.
All men have issues, and
Yeah.
he's a good man, he worked hard. Even
Yeah.
even though they knew the abuse that I was
Yeah.
going through.
Did anybody ever try to break y'all up?
No.
No one, no family members, no friends, no
Devil.
one had, huh?
Devil.
We're gonna get to that too.
I'm just saying.
See, now you can see. But one of the things is I can say is that knowing what y'all been through and how y'all fought to stay together. You know what I'm saying? When the enemy wants y'all to break up. Now in 2011, what caused y'all to separate?
Cheating.
Cheating.
Yeah.
Who cheated?
Well, he always cheated, but he found out that I cheated, and it's like Jesus came back from the dead, his daddy that came back from the dead, but he was already,
Okay.
in the hot seat, and when
Okay,
he found out
okay.
I cheated,
Yeah.
he didn't want to be with me anymore.
And I'm not taking sides whatsoever, but it's just something when you're a woman. It's like it's just a whole another, for a man anyway. It's like
It's like
like
like sticking steak in your
you know what I'm
heart.
saying? I understand. Ain't no difference. but because men don't show their emotions like women do. But when it happens to a man, it's like the whole world done froze over.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a whole different situation in their mind. You know, not saying it is, but so what? Before the cheating, Diamond, what was you lacking?
What was I lacking?
Yeah, in a relationship.
I would say just self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Yeah.
You wanted to be affirmed by your husband. You wanted him to acknowledge you.
Yeah, because the way I grew up and how I felt about myself, he's an attractive guy. So he always had girls flocking around him. Even in high school, he was a popular guy.
Okay.
So it's like I felt like I was always trying to compete with the next girl.
Yeah. And Dennis, what was in your spirit and what was in you that made you feel like you didn't? What didn't you have at that time?
I mean, I feel like I had it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like I had it all, man. I'm trying to, I guess, put the words together.
Well, let me help you.
Yeah.
This is this what you may have been feeling? After the first, you what I call an introvert. And introverts think of life a little differently from extroverts. And you're an extrovert, Diamond. But an introvert, once they make one mistake, it's hard to rebound from that mistake without feeling terrible or tore up on the inside. Basically, it's like this. Once he messed up the first time, and he couldn't get his bearings because his heart and mind start fighting each other. His heart is what you fell in love with, but his heart would say, I can't believe you did Diamond like that. Talking to his mind. And the mind say, yeah, I did that because she did this. You may have not done that yet. You follow? But that's how, because he's a very, even though he's a masculine looking guy, he's very sensitive on the inside. He don't like to be yelled at, you know.
I really don't.
Yeah, he don't like to be yelled at.
At
so,
all. At all.
You know, but the thing is, what happens when you yell at him, he can get away from you. But what happens when his heart start yelling at him? You know, what do? He have to tell his heart something to shut it up.
Yeah.
So in order to shut his heart up, he has to lie to his heart, therefore making it harder for you, because you'd be like, what did I do? What happened? And I thought everything was good.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But the war was going on inside of him that you knew nothing about. You follow me? But you start tearing yourself up trying to figure out what I did wrong, and you ain't doing anything wrong. Like you said earlier, everything was good on your end, you know. But that's all about a part about growing too.
Yeah.
You know, we all are growing every day, and we all still learning ourselves every day. I'm still learning myself every day. I learn something new about me. I ain't know I would do that. I ain't know this. We're still learning. So the good thing is you stuck with him through his learning process.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You stuck with him. Now, don't you like the man God gave you now? Don't you love him?
Yeah.
Don't you like the work that God did on him?
Yeah.
Even though y'all both had to go through hell in the process.
I tell her all the time. I think we had to go through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I was telling her right before this, I'm like, man, if I didn't, I probably would have been in jail or dead, or you know, I got 3 beautiful kids. They could have been separated from me.
Yeah. So at the time of the cheating, how many kids you had?
2, Cameron and Jalen.
No, we didn't have none because you been cheating.
No, I'm talking about the last 2011.
We just had 2.
She just gonna put me out there.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Hey, it's 2014, 15.
15, yeah.
One of them.
Going on 16.
Yeah,
but what I'm getting at is that even through all that,
you
have another baby.
Yeah.
You have another baby and a beautiful little girl, two boys and 1 baby girl. And if it wasn't good, if God's hands wasn't in it, then that baby wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and this is the thing. I played a little clip before we started, and it talked about a child that was going through, his mother and father was going through a divorce, and he was talking about how much it affected him. And we often talk to people, married couples, about divorce and with kids. I often tell them, do you not understand why you were even contemplating divorce? It's because Satan is upon you.
Yeah.
And the issue is, what's the biggest weapon against Dennis? What's the biggest weapon against Diamond? It's to get your children in a place where they're suffering.
Yeah.
Because God made us all a promise, but some of the promises that God gave us won't be developed within us ourselves, but through our offspring. So guess what? If Satan wants to attack you, he ain't got to attack you. He can attack your children. Therefore, still attacking you. because he's attacking not just your essence, he's attacking your DNA.
Yeah, and I seen how when we did split up, because I had to leave, how it affected my kids, especially my oldest son, because he understood more.
Yeah.
He was sad all the time.
Wow. So
You know,
going
and
through
then,
depression.
yeah, and I had to stop crying in front of him because he would pick that up too, and he'd be like, "Mom, I want you to stop crying."
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Why don't you get you somebody so you could be happy too?"
Yeah.
Because we wasn't together.
Yeah.
So that would hurt my feelings too.
Yeah.
Like I gotta stop crying in front of
so
him.
no matter what the direction you go, it's still gonna be a
Yeah.
sad situation. Okay. So the thing is, with your children, they really pay attention
They do.
to what their parents go through, because it's something I heard the other day on television, that we're the only heroes that our children really know.
Yeah.
We're superheroes. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones that make things happen. We make the world turn. We made the sun shine. We made the moon shine. We made everything. We make the food come out the oven. You know what I'm saying? All cooked and smelling good. You know, we are everything to our children.
It's the show that brings up real issues and the show that gives real solutions. Where everyone's voice is heard. It's the new hit dog show, Our Voice, on KVRN. Hosted by Craig Richardson. Thursday nights at 6 p.m.
This is our voice. Yeah, this is our voice.